Alright, we're all done with the sleepers and the rookies. Now,
On to segment number 2,
which is
top 10. Top 10 QBs.
I feel like I cut you off. Which is top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10 at each position.
At each position.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with starting with QBs. You want to do QBs?
Yeah, let's just let them know as far as the kickers and defenses. You know, if you've been playing fantasy for a long time, kickers and defenses are streamable week in, week out. I don't think there's a need to touch on top 10 at each position for that.
Yeah.
We'll highlight the top 5. I'm not going to go into too many details as to why they're the top 5 or anything. I'll do little side notes, but I'm not going to elaborate a lot on it. But, you know, I'll still give you some top 5 players in that position. And Mariano's going to give some notes too.
Yeah, for sure. I think really every year there's a different defense that really arises. 2 years ago it was the Chicago Bears. They were solid. Last year it was the Patriots defense. They were scoring like every other week. So
Pick them up off the waiver.
Yeah, right. So that's the thing, man. For me, I like to swap and go each week by week off of the waivers and kind of see where my matchups are. If I know that this offense that's playing
The Dolphins.
last year, that was our call, right?
Yeah.
Anyone that was playing the Dolphins,
Yeah.
you start them. They really came on late
Jaguars
last
might
year.
have a weak offense too this season.
Yeah. So that's kind of the name of the game for me, is to kind of go week by week with kickers as well as defenses.
Yep, for sure. So who started, Mary?
I'll kick it off. I think the number 1 QB is an obvious choice. We all know Patty Mahomes is a stud. He's a beast. He's unstoppable at the moment. The rest of the league hasn't caught up to him. He's doing no-look passes. He's chucking it 80 yards.
He's like, did you see that shit? He's like, I just learned how to read defenses last season too.
Right.
I'm
right.
like, what, bro?
So the sky's the limit for
What?
the guy. The fact that he's in our division as a Raider fan, it pisses me off
The
every
next
single
10
day.
years, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be trouble for the next 10 years.
So piggybacking off of what Mariano said, I have Patrick Mahomes as my number 1 quarterback too. However, I have a tie for first, which is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is dynamic. He's a playmaker. This man makes people look stupid on the field. He's a grown man playing amongst kids. This guy, big play potential every time he touches his field. I think he's an elite quarterback, just like Patrick Mahomes, to keep it going.
Yeah.
So that's my number 2. I think Mariano, I'm looking at Mariano's list, he has the same.
We're damn near the same. My number 3, it's a little different.
You got
My number 3,
flip-flopped.
yeah.
I was thinking that too. I was
You can't go
honestly,
wrong.
yeah.
You can't go wrong with either one of them. But I got Russell Wilson.
I'm just gonna double check over here. It's still recording.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, cool.
We good?
I'm paranoid because the last
I
time
know, right?
I had some technical difficulties trying to film, so
Yeah.
I'm just paranoid.
So I got Russ. That man's a baller, man. I mean, there's not much to say.
I don't have to say much.
You don't gotta say anything. I mean,
You know, like it's a new league. It's the top 4 quarterbacks are all mobile quarterbacks, and they have great arms. They're accurate. They're no longer fucking run out the pocket and sling that shit and throw interceptions or
Right.
fumble. Or these guys get out the pocket, they do their thing. Russell Wilson is the prototype. He's the first one. He's Michael Vick, we know, of course, but
right.
Russell Wilson perfected it, to be honest.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And he's been doing his thing.
He protects the football, those touchdowns. He makes spectacular plays.
This man doesn't need an offensive line.
Yeah,
This
he's
man
elusive. I mean, he should have. I think he might have an MVP season this upcoming season. So
For sure. He
Niner
just got paid
fans-
too, right?
Yeah.
He's got that contract for sure. What are you saying about Niner fans? I want you to make that Niner comment.
There it is, right? I mean, it could go either way. The Niners have a strong defense. I'm not a Niner hater. You know what I mean? I can realize good football when I see it. But Russell Wilson, it's not even so much Russell either. I think the Seahawks defense got better as well. So it's gonna be it's going to be a scratch and claw type season for the NFC West in totality.
The Cardinals, I think, is going to have they're going to show up in that division too.
Yeah,
the Rams, they're always
Right.
they're always a surprise too. They
Big
still
time.
have Sean McAvay, and he always comes up with some shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Going on to the other quarterback, me and Mariano have this flip flopped. So I have Russell Wilson at 4. He has him at 3. And then I have Deshaun Watson at 3, and he has him at 4. I was, it could go either way. Like Mariano said, it's honestly a tie.
Yeah.
To be honest, tie for 3rd. But Deshaun Watson is another one of these dynamic quarterbacks. Makes plays every game. He gets into the end zone. He gets the job done. The man's a winner. He knows how to win. He lost D-Hop. I don't think it matters.
No. Yeah, I'll piggyback on that too. I kind of talked with Vic before the show that giving up D-Hop, that was a huge blow, and I think that they didn't get as much back as they should have. But I think it's gonna allow Watson to spread the ball more evenly throughout the whole team. So I think it's gonna open it up, and it's gonna do better things, especially if Will Fuller can stay healthy. That's the big
Key factor.
That's a key factor for sure.
Major key.
Going on to, I always lose I should put numbers on the side of this. My quarterback 5. It was on me, right?
Yeah.
My turn?
Yep.
Oh, no, I just did Deshaun Watson. So it's
Oh,
on me.
yeah.
My bad.
So for me, it's Dak. Dak Prescott. He's got so much talent around him. It's ridiculous. He's got Zeke in the backfield, right? They just drafted the new receiver, C.D. Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper. So the list goes on. He's got a ton of talent around him. So really, it's up to him. He's playing on the franchise tag this year.
He wants to get paid.
He's got to ball out again.
Tired of that bullshit.
Exactly, right?
No, to me, on the in football in general, outside of fantasy football, I don't like the guy. I know he does the numbers in fantasy. I'll give him that credit, but I don't think he's I think he's overhyped, honestly.
Right.
As like a franchise quarterback.
Fair enough.
But he gets the job done in fantasy, and that's what we're here for.
That's it. Right? Put up the points, man.
I have him as my number 6.
Okay.
Mariano has him at 5. So, we're on the same page here. I got number 5 for me is Drew Brees. Drew Brees got injured last season. He had a down season.
Fucked his hand up.
Because of his injury, of course.
Yeah.
But this motherfucker slings for at least 4,000 yards every season. He has Michael Thomas
Every year.
open all the time. He'll give you at least
Unguardable.
27 touchdowns each year, and this man gives you at least, you need 20 points. He'll give you at least 18 each year. That's I think that's a good floor.
Yeah.
And Drew Brees is old. He needs to get to the fucking Super Bowl again and retire. That's what he wants to do. So he has something to prove, I think. And I like Drew Brees. He slings that shit.
I got Drew Brees at 7. I had him last year. The reason why he's so low is just because he's getting up there. I think he lost some arm strength last year. And maybe it was an injury, couldn't grip the ball, whatever it may be. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I had drafted Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara, and they both had down seasons last year.
That was a rough one.
It was a rough season. They started to pull it out shortly towards the end of the season. But still, I hope he comes back. But I skipped over number 6, and I touched on it earlier. Josh Allen, 9 rushing touchdowns, 20 passing touchdowns. So again, I think he's got a lot of upside. And don't forget, he's also got the receiver from the Vikings.
Stephon
Diggs, right. Mm-hmm. So he's got a cannon of an arm, and they just added a premier deep threat as well. So
some Raider stuff on the screen.
That's it, man. Yes, sir.
What QB just went? You went to your 6th one, right?
6, yeah.
Okay. My 6 was Dak Prescott, as I touched already. We already discussed that. My 7th is the man over there in Atlanta, Matty Ice.
Matty Ice.
I think he has such a great cast around him. He has 2 dynamic receivers. He has a better running back now. He has a better tight end. Not a better tight end. He has a good enough tight end, just like Austin Hooper was. This man is the definition of consistency. I think the last 4 seasons he's came in at least top 5, 6 in fantasy points. This man will get you. This man's not. He's not fun to watch. There's nothing amazing about him, but this dude will get you 20 points week in, week out. And I love consistency in fantasy football. I've had this dude. He doesn't amaze me each week, but he gets the job done. He gets the job done, and that's what you want.
That's huge.
And that's why I have him here, because there's no surprises with him.
Yeah, big time. Mm-hmm. For my next one is Kyler Murray.
Oh, we're on the same page.
Yeah, Kyler Murray, baby. Right?
Yes, sir.
You add D-Hop. Mm-hmm. Kenyon Drake was running the rock last year.
But was so happy to be out of Miami.
Yeah, exactly. They got Christian Kirk. I mean, they got talent on the offensive side of the ball. And I think really the reason why he's number 8 right now is simply for the fact that they got one of the best receivers in the game. And that's DeAndre Hopkins.
And man, you can just throw it to him. He'll just...
Exactly. He plucks it out the air,
exactly.
Man. Right?
This is a great... He produced the numbers, too. Last season, Kyler Murray was doing his thing, too.
Without him.
Exactly. And he's one of these... He's going to be one of these Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, the quarterbacks we touched on earlier.
Right.
Just a young quarterback that has to, gel into his role, but he's for sure on that track. Number 9 for me, since we have the same 8, I got Tom Brady. Tom Brady, Tampa Bay,
Tampa Bay,
Tom.
I like it.
He has a lot of weapons. Last season, he had no fucking weapons. It was the Julian Edelman show over there. AB was there for a week and then fucking went crazy.
Yep.
All right, my bad, you guys. We had a
nice little break, commercial break.
I was talking about Antonio Brown. He went crazy. Tom Brady had no weapons, over here in Tampa Bay. He has Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Cameron Brate, Gronk, O.J. Howard. A spew of weapons. He's going to be great over there. And I think he's going to have an amazing season now that he has a bunch of weapons around him.
Yeah, I'm done with Tom Brady, like I touched on. I don't want nothing to do with him, right? Which is why some people probably gonna frown at this one, but I got DC as my number 9. I got Derek Carr.
Oh,
Derek Carr, hot take alert.
Hey, he has to prove it this season.
He's got to prove it. This is the year. No more excuses for Derek Carr. You got the talent. You got the receivers now. I mean, he was throwing to nobodies last year, right? Mm-hmm. So you got the talent. You got a running back, a stud running back,
stud tight end,
and you got first round receivers, Henry Ruggs. I've been hearing big things about Bryan Edwards. Mm-hmm. So no more excuses, DC. I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to say DC throws for 35 touchdowns this year. 4,000 yards passing, right? And only 8 interceptions. So that's my prediction for Derek Carr this year.
Okay. It's going to be back to that MVP caliber. I
yes,
like
sir.
it. And coming in at number 10 for me is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, to me, I had him last year. He had a couple down games for me, and I felt like he had an off season.
Yeah.
And then I was checking the stats, and the guy came in at quarterback number 9. So I don't know, he had a couple big games. I think that's what balanced it out.
Offset it. Yeah.
He disappointed me some weeks. He gave me 14 points, 13 points here. But make no mistake, if this man can sneak into the top 9 like that, first year in Matt LaFleur's offense, coming into second year, things are only going to be better, gel better. We know they have a dynamic run game. He doesn't have another receiver, although Lazard is, emerging on that offense. Devontae Adams is still Devontae Adams.
Yep.
As long as he's healthy. He had injury concerns. He had injury issues last season. But as long as him and Aaron Rodgers are on the same team, Aaron Rodgers is going to eat. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I got A-Rod at 10-2. The reason why he's so low is not so much his fault. I think it's the general managers over there. Mm-hmm. They didn't draft any talent. In fact, in the first round, they drafted another quarterback in Jordan Love. Disrespect, bro. Disrespect.
So janky, bro.
So it's not so much A-Rod. If they would have gave him one of these first-round caliber receivers, he would have been much higher on my list. Yeah. I think he just needs more talent around him, man.
So many receivers, and you went and got Jordan Love.
We got Aaron Jones in the backfield, but that's for the run game, right? Yeah. So I know that Matt LaFleur has the real intent to run the football. So it's not so much A-Rod. As far as from a talent point of view, he's still got it. We just need more supporting cast around A-Rod. But don't get me wrong, he could most certainly still be a starter on your team, if not number 2 quarterback, 100%. So
that kicks off the quarterbacks. Moving on to the running backs right now. Since you just ended, I'll go.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. I got a lot of tie for first in all of my lists because there's just a lot of good players in this league. We have Christian McCaffrey and Saquon tied for first for me. This is a good problem if you're in the number 1, number 2 pick. Me, I'm going personally CMC all day.
All day.
But
He'll
Saquon
probably be the number 1 draft.
Yeah,
number
for
1
sure.
overall pick this year.
But Saquon has the talent to do what CMC does. I think the offense just needs to get it together over there. But he's going to help Daniel Jones out a lot. Saquon's a monster. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I got the same 2 as well. You can't go wrong with either or. So we'll jump to 3 for me. Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a man amongst boys.
Single-handedly took the Titans to the freaking AFC championship.
Yeah. So Derrick Henry is a beast. He's a stud, however you want to put it. And
running motherfuckers over.
Now that they got a head coach that really emphasizes on running the ball, he's gonna keep toting that rock. So Derrick Henry's number 3 for me.
I think that was the problem before with him. He didn't get the touches he needed to get going, and now they freaking feed this man.
Yep.
So I have him as my running back 6. Mariano's a little high for him, but he'll produce. Oh, for me personally.
He led the league in rushing last year, man.
Hey, he's on my list too. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. For me, number 3, I have Kamara. Alvin Kamara is an elite running back to me. This man makes people look stupid with the hand in his ball. What's the hand in his ball?
With his balls in his hand.
This man is amazing in the running game and in the passing game.
Yeah.
Drew Brees obviously likes throwing the ball to him. I love this guy. He had a down season last season, as Mariano touched on earlier. I think we have a bounce back season, and he's worth that number 3 running back position to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you, man. For me, the next one's Dalvin Cook. This man's a beast ever since he was at Florida State, right?
Yeah.
We know that they're going to run the rock, and they got a quarterback, Kirk Cousins, that is a little teeter-tottering sometimes. He came on strong, and I don't know, after the first quarter of the season. But he's not always on par in a prime quarterback. So they're really going to rely on him in the screen game, the running game. So he's going to get his touches and his points week in, week out.
My biggest thing is that, the receivers are frustrated over there in Minnesota because they're running the ball so much. So
right.
we definitely know Mike Zimmer is the head coach.
Yep. Mike Zimmer
he wants to run the ball with Dalvin Cook. He had an amazing season last season. Every year we know he has the potential, but the injury concern is the main thing.
Right.
I have him on my list too. He's just a little lower for me. I have him at 6. You have him at 4, right?
I got him at 4.
Okay. No problem there. My number 4 is Zeke. Zeke was first 2 years in fantasy was a fucking monster. However, he's just like I touched on earlier, Matty Ice. He's consistent. He's a consistent running back.
Right.
He'll get you those points that you need week in, week out. He doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't have amazing games. Sometimes he does. It's like but what you do get is the production out of him week in, week out. So he'll give you those big games too, but he'll have a good low, a good high floor is what I want to say.
Yes.
So I like Zeke in that respect, and they have a good offensive line over there.
Yeah.
So
I got Zeke at number 5.
Okay.
So I'll jump to number 6, Josh Jacobs.
let's
man.
go.
Let's go. Right.
Every time I hear a Raiders name, let's go.
Come on, man. Y'all know I had a few Raiders on my list, man. On all of them, right?
Yep.
So Josh Jacobs is a stud. He missed 3 games last season and still rushed for 1,100 yards.
This man played with the fucked up shoulder too.
Yes. So assuming that he's healthy throughout the season, he's going to get off. And from what I've heard, I follow the Raiders religiously. John Gruden was pissed off that he didn't win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So this year they're going to come out trying to prove a point. They're going to get him more involved in the passing game, as well as he's going to tote that rock. So that's a big one for me. Josh Jacobs, number 6.
I don't understand how he didn't win that rookie.
That was
so
a joke,
mad,
bro. It was a joke. Joke.
I have Jacobs in at number 9 for me. Love him. That's my guy. Last season I picked him up 3rd round. Amazing first round talent.
You got him in the 3rd.
Got him in the 3rd round, bro.
What a steal.
Exactly. Love that guy. That's my dog. He's gonna be our dog for 10 years over there.
Yep.
So we touched on Derrick Henry. That's my running back 5. Dalvin Cook. That's my running back 6. Going on to 7, I have Aaron Jones over there on the Packers. So last season I think was his breakout season. Season before he showed flashes. First year with Matt LaFleur, he put an emphasis on the run game. This man Aaron Jones was a monster. Had big games. I think a second season with Matt LaFleur, offense clicking better. You know, they do their thing. I think they have all the same pieces on that offense, besides Jordan Love, I guess.
Yep.
And they do have a backup running back that they drafted, A.J. Dillon. I'm not concerned about him.
But he's more of a bruiser.
Yeah. I'm not worried about him.
On 3rd downs, A.A. Jones, A.A. Ron.
A.A.
Ron Jones.
The Brickashaw Ferguson.
Yeah. That's it, right? A.A. Ron Jones.
A.A. Ron.
He's gonna be the bell cow.
For sure.
You know. So the next one that I got is Alvin Kamara, number 7. As I touched on it last year, I had him. He had a very down season last year. I think he was injured. It came out that he was playing with some type of injury. So Alvin Kamara could potentially be much higher on the list, but just off of going what I dealt with last year, that's why he comes in at number 7. So Vic already touched on that. I'll jump to number 8 real quick. Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a beast, boy. I don't know if you guys seen the highlights last year, but he recorded the fastest time as a running back at like
digging
22 miles per hour, bro. So Nick Chubb's a stud.
If I'm not mistaken, he led the league in rushing.
No.
Who led the league in
Derrick
rushing?
Henry.
Did he?
Let's fact
You might
check
be. You might be right. You like the numbers better than I do.
Yeah. Who
Let's see.
led NFL in rushing 2019? Derrick Henry.
Oh, he came in 3rd.
He came in 3rd. So Derrick Henry.
Wait, how'd he come in 3rd if 1494 and 1357? How the fuck does that work?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, I think he came in second.
He came in second. Yeah.
Yeah, so Derrick Henry was first in the league in rushing last year with 1540. Zeke Elliott was 3rd with 1357, and Nick Chubb was 1494, so almost 1500 yards.
And I think Freddie Kitchens being out of there is going to do their offense some justice.
Yeah.
They had so much talent, he just didn't know how to use them.
That man was a joke.
Yeah.
He got promoted.
So I think Chubb is going to do his thing. I'm not worried about Kareem Hunt either.
No.
They were both eating. Kareem Hunt was getting at least 10 points, and then Chubb was doing his thing too. So that's a good thing. Going on to my number 9, I have Josh Jacobs, which we talked about earlier. He's a homer. We know a lot about him. We have faith. We know Gruden wants to fucking run him to the ground.
Yep.
That's our dog for sure.
That's it.
Going on to my running back 10, since we already talked about Jacobs, I have Leonard Fournette coming in at my running back 10. I don't know why the Jacksonville Jaguars want to get rid of this man. They drafted another running back too. This man's been productive. He had some injury issues before, but he played the whole season last season.
Yep.
And this man's productive. This man gets his touches. He'll get you those at least 20 touches a game. Only problem is he doesn't get into the end zone. He's like the Julio Jones of the running back.
Right.
So he'll get you at least 100 yards. Right? And that's all cool and gravy, but he didn't score that many touchdowns last season. But, you know, he has opportunity to score touchdowns, and that's what we want in the running back position. We want those carries. So
you want touches.
Exactly. So
yeah. So my next one, you guys already heard Nick Chubb. It's Raheem Mostert. I got to show some love to the other team in the Bay.
We're no longer in the Bay.
I know. That's right, huh?
To the team in the Bay.
To the team in the Bay. Excuse me, right? Like I said, I'm not a Niner hater. I respect good football when I see it, right? And Raheem Mostert came on last year. I know that he was in a contract battle with the 49ers, and they got that resolved, gave him a little pay raise. So expect him, I would say, definitely RB2, if not flex, 100%.
Yep. Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah. And I got, you're done with yours, right?
I'm done, yeah.
I got one more for my top 10 running backs. It's Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram, with Lamar Jackson, the dual threat quarterback that he is, it opens up the run so much for these running backs because they don't know if the quarterback still has the rock or if the running back's got it with the read option.
So worried about Lamar Jackson.
So worried about Lamar that it opens it up. So Mark Ingram's going to get his majority of the touches. And again, don't forget about J.K. Dobbins. He's the second running back there. So both of them, expect them to have solid, consistent season.
Yeah, so if I had an 11th, Mark Ingram would come in at 11 for me.
Yeah.
Love that guy. That guy's a beast. This concludes our Fantasy Extras podcast. This is the pre-podcast for the beginning of the season. Just want to touch bases with you guys and let you know what's going on in this crazy world, man. Going to be coming out with another episode pretty soon, too. We're going to touch more bases on more stuff.
About a week, and we're kind of thinking about maybe doing a first round mock draft for you guys. If you guys have any questions or if you'd like us to answer anything specific or do any special segments, let us know.
Yeah, definitely leave a comment down and subscribe for sure because that helps our channel out. We want to get it out there, help as many people as we can. And yeah, it was a pleasure to be back. I'm glad to be back. Ready to draft. I got a couple of drafts coming up, and it's gonna be
That's right.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time.
All right,
Signing
Fantasy
off.
Experts out.
Laters.